Hi, Jeff Schwezo here. Welcome to the third episode in a three-part series where I talk about what I believe are the main challenges you need to overcome if you're going to create a more diverse and inclusive workplace that generates opportunities both for the business and for your people. In the first episode, we talked about moving your focus away from the problems in your workplace to asking better questions about the solutions to those problems. In the second episode, we talked about how focusing on what we're saying about bias and discrimination and creating the perception of progress can result in a missed opportunity to make meaningful, sustainable progress toward the sorts of richly diverse organizations that create a resilient and thriving business. But let's face it, the issue of perception management is not unique to diversity and inclusion activities, is it? It's endemic in many areas of business performance management. But it can lead to the third and what I believe is the most fundamental challenge you need to overcome if you're going to make diversity a business differentiator. The view of most organizations is limited to the demographics of diversifying their business, not capturing the diversity of ideas and thoughts that comes from differing backgrounds, perspectives, and lived human experience. And look, I get it. Much of the bias, discrimination, and underrepresentation that we're trying to address is based on demographics. So much of the information that highlights the problems are couched in demographic terms. Ethnicity, gender, disabilities, and some degree age. That makes it easy to measure, compare, and analyze over time to see if we're making progress or not. But much of the diversity that leads to greater opportunities transcends simple demographics. It lies in what marketers call psychographics, the perspective that comes from a unique set of values, beliefs, skills, and experiences. Let's take the case of a 40-year-old single mother of two. We'll call her Doris. Doris has circumnavigated a couple of maternity leaves and now runs a small sales team in a medium-sized organization. Her number one priority in life is looking after her kids, ensuring that there's food on the table, a roof over their heads, and that they're clothed and cared for. She sees her job as a chance to create opportunities for them. Doris doesn't aspire to the C-suite or senior management role like the ambitious young Gen Y woman in finance. We'll call her Amber. Amber and her partner both have MBAs from a prestigious business school, and they've made the decision to hold off having a family until after they get their careers in full swing. Amber hopes to take advantage of the company's commitment to valuing women and creating an equal workplace to pursue those career ambitions. Now, demographically, it would be very easy to say that these are two women in the business, two women managers. But clearly, they're two very different people with different backgrounds, different skills, different values, and different potential contribution to make to the organization. It might be easy to say that Amber has the potential to make the greatest long-term contribution, and that makes her a more valuable resource. But just because Doris doesn't aspire to the C-suite doesn't mean that she doesn't want to find meaning in her work, that she doesn't want to make a valuable contribution. In fact, the grit and tenacity that comes from having raised two kids on her own might give her leadership skills that belie her educational background. Senior management might just find that when those skills are effectively engaged, that she's a very valuable resource, one that's worth developing. For her part, Doris might see that when those qualities are recognized, that she can aspire to something greater without compromising her role as a parent and provider. Now, on the other hand, Amber's potential might be very real. Beyond her educational foundation, she might have interpersonal skills and emotional intelligence that'll make her a great leader. But without a place where those qualities are valued and the opportunity for those skills to be applied, then she'll never have a chance to develop that potential. when we see people purely for their demographic characteristics and not their uniquely human qualities, then we're missing the richness of the value that they have to offer and the opportunities that they can help to create. We're missing a chance to engage them by giving them something meaningful to be engaged in. Today's most successful organizations are coming to realize that it's more important what you do with the diversity in your workplace than whether or not you're increasing it. And that's true both for the organization and the people in the organization. And that's important because it tells us that there's a way to be intentional about moving your organization's diversity efforts above the line and making them an asset, not an expense. One that drives business performance and at the same time improves the overall health of the workplace. So thank you for joining me for this 3-part series. I hope you've gained some insights that allow you to use your diversity and inclusion efforts to drive the business forward, as well as create a workplace that's more engaging and equitable, where people feel more valued and included. Until next time.